Ladies and gentlemen, it says now that we are live. We are live here on YouTube.com. Not only are we live on YouTube, but we're also live on Twitch and Facebook. So I was trying to do the Twitch thing. Oh, my bad, the Twitter thing. But for whatever reason, it's acting up. My phone just went off. Obviously, I had to mute it. So there's that too. Let me get this overlay out of here. There we go. What is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? It is Monday, October 25th, 2021. We are about, a couple days away from Halloween. 6 days away. 6 days away. I can't wait. It's going to be on a Sunday, too, so you already know. We might have to do a Sunday show dressed up in costumes, bro. We might have to just do it. But this is another live edition. Well, I was about to say around the point, but it's not. It is the return of Steve's Kitchen. It is 1:32 p.m. right now. It's still lunch hour in some work establishments out there. I'm pretty sure right now the boss person let you out on your lunch. You're probably out there getting a pizza. You're probably out there getting some McDonald's. You're probably out there waiting on your Chipotle or Qdoba, or maybe you're waiting on, I don't know. There's weird people out there also who like order smoothies and shit. Now, I say that because I'm also a DoorDasher, right, on the side. So I'll usually do the lunch hours, right, when I'm dashing, right? So usually, for whatever reason, people will order smoothies from these juice bar spots. I'm like, you're really ordering a fucking smoothie through DoorDash. You're really ordering a fucking, I don't know, guava strawberry smoothie. I think it's weird, but I had to each their fucking own. What is going on, everyone? It's me, it's Steve. But I am not alone here. I'm here joined by the good brother all the way in Detroit, the one, the only, Big Mike. Big Mike, what's going on, bro? I think his thing froze there. He's tired, Big Mike, and I think his shit froze. But he'll be back hopefully momentarily. Hope to get him on. So a lot to get into, guys. A lot to get into. So again, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch, and we're live on Facebook. I tried Twitter, but for whatever reason, it's acting up. It's acting very weird. So because of that, we're doing the whole, I guess, just 3 platforms right now. I'm waiting for Mike to get on and start talking a little more. But I hope all of you are having a wonderful start to your Monday. I hope all of you are, just killing it, doing the damn thing. Mike, what's going on, bro? He's still refreshing. Okay. So keep talking. All right. He told me he's refreshing. It happened. No one's perfect. It is what it is. I had off today, and I originally was planning on doing Around the Point on Sunday, but being that I was tired, work kicked my ass. Work was a fucking drag. So here we are now. Here we are. We're doing this, on a Monday. I'm like, you know what? Being that I'm off on Monday, let's bring back Steve's Kitchen. So why the fuck not? Here we are. A lot has happened. I'm waiting for Mike to get on. But if you have questions, feel free to chime in with your questions down below in the chat. And hopefully we will answer and all that stuff. And here he is. He's back. Full Big Mike. Big Mike, what's going on, bro? How you been, man? My good brother from Detroit.
Nothing much, man. Pretty full right now. You know what I'm saying? Full of that good nutrients.
What you eat, bro? What you eat today for lunch? What you eat?
Please don't like leftover.
Please don't let it be a smoothie. Please don't let it be a fucking smoothie.
No, I would get a smoothie for lunch. So I feel like you were talking to me when.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I feel like you were talking to me, but
no. But listen, I don't. Again, it's cool if people do that. Like, I just think it's weird. Like, bruh, you're gonna order a fucking medium guava straw. I'm just naming random flavors and shit, right? On DoorDash.
Right.
When people can do it from home, all you gotta do is cut some fruit, put it in the blender, right? Throw some milk or water. I prefer milk over water. That's just me, of course, for that sweetness, right? A little bit of sugar, some caramel, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mom does this shit. It's weird, but she'll crack an egg.
Mm-hmm.
And for protein, yeah, for protein and shit. She'll throw some chia, whatever, and that some bitch will just go off and shit. It'll just go off, and it's one of those things where, again, it's not bad. I've had smoothies before. My preference is strawberry banana. But when I think of lunch hour, listen, if I had a long day at work, I'm ordering some, pizza or Chinese or Chipotle or Qdoba. You know what I mean? But that's just that, bro. But Mike, how's your week been? I know Saturday was a crazy day, which we'll get into. But I did say that being that this Sunday is Halloween, is the Halloween edition of Around the Point, we might have to dress up in costumes, bro.
I don't do that. I don't celebrate Halloween.
I understand, but you know what I mean, like
I mean, it's by choice. It's not by like anything else.
I mean, listen, man. If you got the Scream mask in the background somewhere, if you got the pirate hat on,
you know what I wanted when I was a kid? I wanted the bloody Scream mask. Remember seeing those and you got like pump the.
Yeah, and the blood just falls in the fucking face. I had that when I was a kid. I had that shit.
I wanted that so bad, but my parents wouldn't buy it for me. So that was my last ditch effort for Halloween as a kid.
So back then, I don't know if where you grew up, you had this in elementary, but we used to have parades on Halloween. We'd have a half a day. We'd have a half a day, and then it would turn into a Halloween party. And then after, the entire school would do like a parade outside the building, like walk the perimeter of the outside the school in their costumes and shit. So parents would show up with their camera, take photos and shit. They don't do it no more, obviously, because of COVID and all that shit, right? But that was the vibe. That was cool about it. Like every year, that Halloween party and shit.
You know what? We did something similar like that, but we never walked outside. We walked from like classroom to classroom. We did classroom to classroom, and then like the second half of the day, it was like a Halloween dance.
Halloween dance. We had that one time.
Yeah, but it was like during school. It was like during school hours, so it wasn't like school let out and then you come back. No, it was like half a day, and then like around noon, 12:30 to like 1 till the end of the day was a dance. So they did that.
We'd have dances every day, bro. We'd have dances literally every fucking day. It will be a way, bro. It'll be a fucking movie every single party and shit that we do. Until that one year they stopped doing it. There's a fight that broke out and shit. And again, this was fucking middle school, bro. This was middle school. See, elementary school, you had the little parade, but once middle school hit, once you were in that 7th, 8th grade, you want to do a dance. Let's do a fucking Halloween dance and shit, right? So it'd be optional to go in your costume. People didn't, obviously, because they were like, "Oh, I'm too grown for this shit now. I'm too old for this. I refuse to put on a costume." Right.
Right.
But again, what's old is new again. That's the vibe that we're in. That's the vibe that we're in right now. What's old is new again. So people were, back in the day, at the time, bumping and grinding was the shit.
Right.
But you couldn't do that in the school dance because, teachers were chaperone and they will, imagine like if you ever watch Bob's Burger, which I love, that's my shit. All right. There's always that Mr. Font trying to break everything. No. Yeah, bro. So we'd have to like go behind the locker rooms and shit. I'm saying, and if you're a guy, you stand on a wall. I'm saying, stand on the wall and just rub up on you now. And I'm saying, if you feel lucky, put your whole one arm around her like this. If you have the grip, but that was the vibe back then.
Right.
Now you see nightclubs and people promoting Halloween parties, this and that.
What was one of your
killing it and covering it as well per usual? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Love you.
What was one of your favorite costumes growing up?
For me, growing up, I don't know why, and it was just so random one day. And I forgot the name of the show. That's how, again, there used to be this science show, I think on PBS or some shit like that. And the guy had on a green jacket and this spiky hair. So one day, I don't know what it is. Like, me and my mom went to this liquidator store, right? And the costume was happened to be, I forgot the name of it though.
You said he wore a green jacket and spiked hair.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't find it right now. God damn it. I put grease jacket, green jacket. Here you go. What's the name? There used to be a show though, bro. There used to be a show back in the day. Kid show. Maybe that can it wasn't Bill Nye the Science Guy, by the way. Here it is. Beekman's World. Here you go. Beekman's World.
Beekman's World. I never heard of that. That had to have been like a early to mid 90s show.
Yeah, Beekman's World, dude. That was the name of the show. Here it is. Here it is. My fucking hell, these graphics are terrible. If you go
1 year.
For a way, it was like I was like what 8 or 9, I think it was at the time.
Yeah,
here
probably 8 or 9. Yeah, that was probably mid 90s. So.
Okay, I have it right here. By the way, I have it right here. So I'll just post. I'll just show it basically, and to show you what I'm talking about here. Share screen right here, right? Chrome tab, and I guess is right here, right? That was it right there.
Oh, okay. It looks kind of familiar. Familiar.
I forgot, but again, I forgot the name of the show, so you got to keep that in mind. But I forgot what it was. The 1 year I was a Ninja Turtle.
Okay.
But that was.
Were you?
I think it was Leonardo.
So purple?
Yeah.
No, Donatello is purple. Leonardo's blue.
Yes. 1 year I did Scream, the bleeding Scream map, but I didn't have the fucking outfit with it. I just had the fucking mask.
Okay.
1 year I did a pirate.
Okay.
So there's that. I never did a wrestler. Holy shit! I never did a fucking.
Did.
You did a wrestler?
I did. Yes.
Holy, bro.
So this was around 06, 07 when DX did their first reunion, and so I went like to Best Buy, got like the first like DX DVD with Shawn Michaels in the WWF Championship standing next to China and Triple H when he was just naked, and it was just the WWF title, the Wing Eagle title.
Yeah.
And they had, the DX Army, because it was basically when Shawn left, and it was just following China and Triple H. So I was infatuated with X-Pac at that time.
So you thought you were X-Pac, huh?
I thought I was X-Pac. And I still am. I got the NWO shirt, and this is the 6th. I want to show you. This is the one with the billiard ball on the back. So I'm a big fan of Sean Waltman. So 1 year I dressed up as X-Pac. I had a wig. I had a skull cap. I didn't buy the DX shirt because my parents didn't want me to go to school with a shirt that said "Suck It" on it.
Bro, come on.
But I had the jeans. I had the boots, the black boots. I made a DX shirt that just said D-Generation X, and on the back it said, "I have two words for you," but it didn't say "Suck It" on it. But that's what I did. That's what I did in like 6th, 7th grade.
So basically now what I want to do for Halloween, if I can, you guys know me, I am a big fan of Bob's Burgers. I love that show. Again, I'm a culinary major, right? And I get stoned, and it's funny shit to watch. My favorite character on the show, I want to be, bro. Right, if we could, and again, it's the whole product because you just can't go to. Again, there's these Halloween stores, these pop-up Halloween stores that pop up in your area, right? And they got costumes, right? They got all these colors you can think of, right? From Squid Game, which I didn't even watch yet, by the way. I
Squid
know. Oh
Games
my
is that
god,
fire.
I'm
Squid
sure it
Game's
is.
fire.
Right? You got fucking Cobra Kai. You got fucking you name it. Everything that's trending right now, right? Paul, anime, you name it, right? But they also have a Bob Burger section, right? But they don't have, the one that I want. Now, for those of you who are wondering what the fuck that may be, let me show you who I would love to be for Halloween. Again, it's a whole process to do, but it'd be funny as shit if I'm able to pull this off, bro. My man right here, yo.
Oh, okay.
Be Teddy for Halloween, yo. Be fucking Teddy. If you
all
watch
you
the
need
show,
is with the skull cap, and then you need a beeper,
the brown pants, the brown
brown
shoes,
pants, and a blue shirt.
all
You could just buy that regularly.
I gotta do
I don't know
go
where
to
you'll
fucking.
find a beeper, but you could just buy them.
It's not a beeper. It's like a flashlight.
Oh,
It's like
flashlight! It looks like a beeper.
I know. All I gotta do is go to fucking what's it called? Go to Marshalls, go to the clearance section. I don't fucking know. Or go to my personal source, my personal favorite to go to, Foreman Mills. Yeah, I know Foreman Mills over there.
Yeah.
Do you guys have? Okay, cool. I'm making sure.
We got like two.
I always thought it was like the local, like all right, you know what I mean? But that would be the plan. I mean, I don't know if Chase and Walter will be on for the Sunday edition for the Halloween show. Because I was even thinking, hey, maybe we just do a watch along to an old Halloween Havoc pay-per-view. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna happen. It ain't happening.
No, I'm just playing. It could. I don't know.
I think we just gotta sit down and talk with the boys, because again, all our schedules are out of the loop. Hence why we didn't do a show yesterday, or we didn't do a show last Sunday, because again, this work has been kicking our asses basically. So, with that being said, I know in the span of a couple of days, the wrestling world been shook. I was gonna say turned upside down, but that's kind of like happened right now. I feel like that's kind of overreacting in a way. It's more like, well, this happened and holy shit, now what do we do? You know what I mean? That's sort of like the vibe. So last Saturday, by the way, before we get into that, WWE announced this week, literally this morning, because depending what time you woke up and shit, their 2022 pay-per-view schedule. So this is the following as it says, right? Ready for this? Okay.
Yep.
For the first time in history, WWE today has announced the dates and location for the following year's pay-per-view schedule. The 2022 slate, highlighted by 2 nights of WrestleMania at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, will also mark new records for the stadium events, a minimum of 4 for the most stadium events, a minimum of 4 in a year for WWE. They are doing 4 stadium shows this year. Keep that in mind. Here in America. That's not even counting the Saudi Arabia shows that they're going to be doing. So January 1st, Saturday, day 1 at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Mike, you were like, why are they calling it day 1 earlier? Well, pal.
Why are you going to put my business out like that, dog? Come on.
Come on, bro.
Leave my stupidity out of this.
Listen. Who knows? Maybe you're not the only one that's like, why are they calling it day 1? Well, now you know. January 1st is the first of the year, first day of the year, day 1 of 365. So there's that, pal.
Imagine the whack promos they're gonna have
on
tomorrow. On day 1, I will beat you, and it's like, ugh.
I will defeat you, and you're going down on day 1. I will be the number 1 at date. You mad for real? The promos will be fucking weird.
Yeah, the
so
gonna be weird.
That's the first pay-per-view of the year on a Saturday, right? January 1st. Now, from there, we go on to January 29th, Saturday, the Royal Rumble at the Dome at America Center in St. Louis.
Okay.
So we're starting the pay-per-view. We're starting the first day of the first day of the year. Well, the first of the month, if you will, with the pay-per-view. We're gonna end the month. Well, not really, because there's still like a couple days out before that, but you kind of get the idea, okay? Royal Rumble in a stadium Saturday. So mind you, there's no announcement for March or for March or February or for pay-per-view. There's no announcement.
Okay.
Which is in addition to the event, pay-per-views taking place in February and October will be announced in the near future. Fans interested in so that explains why. Okay. So Saturday, April 2nd and Sunday, April 3rd, WrestleMania at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, which I've been to. It's crazy. It's big. Jerry's World is fucking huge. Okay. I've been there. Hot as balls. Waited outside for 3 hours just to get inside. Literally waited outside.
Maybe they're going to learn their lesson.
Again, me, Connor, and Matt literally waited 3 hours just to get inside the fucking stadium. Because for whatever fucking reason, oh my God, it's hot. Again, it was. And the Wi-Fi went out. So they couldn't scan tickets. Which was ridiculous. Okay. We'll see here. Sunday, May 8th, pay-per-view at the Dunkin' Donut Center in Providence, Rhode Island. They're not even naming you the show. They're just telling you just the date. They're not even giving you names of these shows, by the way. Sunday, June 5th, pay-per-view at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Saturday, July 2nd, Money in the Bank at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Here's the kicker. Saturday, July 30th, SummerSlam at Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
Yeah.
First of all, here's the thing. If you would have told me, where do you think SummerSlam will be in 2022? Nashville is the last place I would ever consider.
Should be here. Should be at Ford Field.
But I think, again, and again, I say this all the time, WWE looks at, okay, we're going to have fans come over from all over the world because, again, you got to believe by this time the world's going to be opening up again, right? You got to believe that, right? Around by the time we get to July 2022, hopefully shit gets back to normal, right? Even though I guess it could feel normal now, depending where you're at, right? By that time, I'm sure fans from all over the world will be coming in. So if you're WWE, hey boy, WWE was going to be probably wondering, okay, we're getting people to come over. What are they going to be doing in these cities? And Nashville, has something touristic for people to visit, right?
Right.
And people are going to be getting drunk.
Pretty much.
Say that right now. Pretty much. I know a lot of the UK people were wondering about a pay-per-view, and there was talks that SummerSlam might be going back to the UK, right? Being that it would be like the 20th anniversary, you think it is? Eddie, what am I talking about? The 30th anniversary.
Yeah, that was good to say, man. That happened in 92.
Yes, exactly. The 30th anniversary of SummerSlam, right? Back in the UK. So there's that whole idea, maybe it'll go over to England. That's what everyone thought. That was everyone's, for whatever reason. So when that didn't happen, right, now we hear about Nashville. And now from my understanding as well, there's going to be an event happening in September in the UK. Ironically, the same week as All Out for AEW. And people are talking about, they're going head to head. And I don't think that's going to be the case at all, pal. I think the situation is, yes, they'll be on early. Right. And then AEW will proceed and have their show. But again, for that fan base, they're going head to head. How dare they? How dare they go head to head?
So
So exactly. Then Saturday, September 3rd or Sunday. I love how they're putting Saturday or Sunday because they're not even sure yet. Pay-per-view at a to be determined location. So they don't even know yet. September. November, Saturday, November 26th, Survivor Series at TD Garden. So they're going back to back Survivor Series, bro. They're gonna be doing one this year and then next one next year and shit. That's the listing. Now, I'm sure, Mike, you're wondering, damn, how about Detroit? What are we getting, right?
Yeah. I mean,
What
we're
about
getting a
me?
Monday Night Raw. Yeah, we're getting a Raw later
What
this
about
year.
me? From Jersey, pal. What about
Yeah.
Prudential Center?
Yeah, I know.
The best arena in the country. Show us some love, Show us some fucking love.
You know what? I think it's the whole thing with. I think why we're not getting a lot of stuff is the whole thing what they're doing with like piston games and stuff like that. Where I was telling you that you have to be 75 miles within the arena to go to a home piston game. So nobody out of the state can really come to the Pistons games, or unless they get tickets in person.
That's
And pay with
crazy.
cash. Yeah, so I think that's
You
kind of
guys
part
are
why we don't.
You guys are not doing the cashless thing where you can only pay with your phone or your credit card or whatever?
Comerica Park is, because when we went to a couple of games, we noticed that all of the like no cash. It's just all card, and like Apple Pay and Google Pay, all that stuff. So that was weird to see. So yeah. So pretty much probably all all of our arenas and stadiums is like that now. I just haven't. I'm not going to a Lions game. It's just not happening. I want to go to a Red Wings game this year just to see what's going on at the LCA because I haven't been in so long since the pandemic. Yeah. So until then, so
I hear you, brother. I hear you. So there's that regarding the pay-per-view schedule. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a Saudi show here and there. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be live events still happening. So I'm pretty sure just keep your eyes peeled when those days are announced and all that shit. Speaking of the Saudi show, Big Mike, did you watch Crown Jewel this past Thursday or the replay, what have you?
I caught an hour and 20 minutes of the replay.
Wow.
So up until Randy Orton, I left off at the entrance of Randy Orton and Riddle versus whoever they were fighting.
So I did a live watch along over with the good brothers over at True Heel Heat. Myself, Romeo, SP3. We did a live watch along. It was fun. It was so fucking fun. And there was that, bro. And again, sitting there for 4 hours, dude. I had a Bang energy drink and I had a fucking Starbucks Frappuccino. And I stayed. Gotta keep this in mind, bro. I went to work that Thursday morning at 3 a.m, right? I literally, after work, man, I didn't leave work till like fucking, well, I started at 4 something, right? So I didn't leave my job until 10-ish. I literally went to the gym, right? Got my workout in, clanging and banging, like Dwayne, right? Clanging and banging, right? Just clanging and banging. And then I literally showered. I made a stop at 7-Eleven, got me a Bang energy drink, and I got me a fucking Frappuccino. Because I knew, I'm sitting down for 4 hours. I'm going to be dead. I'm going to be tired.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the same way I was during the fucking Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight. I'm like this. You know what I mean? Or like I was on Saturday night, like this. At some points of the show, which we'll get into in a little bit. So I already knew, like, yeah, I got to stay up, and I did. And I had fun. It was a fun show, fun watch along. People were chiming in. People were asking for links. Can you send us the link? No, bro, we ain't doing that. Those days are over, but it was fun nonetheless. And there was that. What was going to say? So I thought overall, I did a review, by the way. I did a review on the channel. Overall, I thought was their best Saudi show from top to bottom. And I said this too, you know how, again, we had to go. I know the whole world did. The whole world had to go a year and change without a live audience in the crowd, not just for wrestling, but for other sports, right? And when we, as far as the wrestling fans in America is concerned, you know, when WWE did that first show with an audience, I know AEW beat them to the punch, that too, right? We ate it all up. It was the honeymoon phase. Like, yeah, this is awesome again, right? To see the crowd and all that shit. Imagine them in Saudi Arabia, and they only get it. They don't even get it every single day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. From the small little viewing that I had, that crowd was on point.
They were on point. They ate the whole shit up, dude.
Yeah, they ate everything.
I want to give a shout out to this comment, Eddie Rules here. You know, for a Walmart Pro Wrestling production podcast, you two sound good. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Actually, you know, we don't have a fucking fancy studio here, all right? We're not making the other, you know, I'm not gonna say any names here and shit. You know what I mean? We're not making that kind of money. We're not making Patreon money here, pal. If you will, I got this Shure mic, everything here, everything bought out of my own pocket, pal. This right here,
just use Apple products. That's all I do.
This right, I have an iMac. I have a fucking an Amazon, like $20, $30 headphone set here. I got a fucking a Logitech C920s, like $70 at the time. This mic was like $250. Hey, pal. Hey, man. It is what it is. It's not how much. What's the word I'm looking for here? It's not about the gear you have, it's how you know how to work it, basically. But like I said before, you know, we get these live shows every single week. They don't get it every week.
Right.
So for them, this was the closest shit they got to WrestleMania.
Right.
I'm not gonna go into every detail. I thought Rollins and Edge killed it in their Hell in a Cell match. I thought their Hell in a Cell match was amazing. I thought I thought Rollins redeemed himself for what they did a couple of, you know, what happened a year and a half ago with The Fiend. And I've enjoyed their trilogy. I've enjoyed their program. I was there at SmackDown a couple of weeks ago for their second match, and it was fucking balls to the wall. The thing is too is now with Edge, you can definitely say, hey, him and Big E next after, you know, Survivor Series.
Possibly
so. For Rollins is one of those things, you know what? Give me him and Damian Priest, bro. Even if it's the US title, I don't give a fuck, yo. Give me him and Riddle. I know there's that whole thing where he'll say he'll never work with Riddle, but they're on the same brand now. They're both on the same brand.
Oh yeah, I forgot they had heat.
They had heat, and we're on the same brand now. So something's got to give, pal. Something's got to give. I thought the Queen's Crown, for what it's worth, listen, guys, be upset all the fuck you want. I get it. It was a terrible tournament. But for Zelina Vega, you know, she fits that role to be queen.
Yeah.
And for all the plates of shit that she's eaten on since coming back to WWE, you know, I feel like WWE finally threw her a bone. At the same time, you can make the argument, right? The women, right, with the exception of Becky, Bianca, and Sasha, who were there, the other two women that were willing to make the trip to Saudi Arabia.
Right.
And I guarantee you, the Shayna Baszlers of the world, the Carmellas, the fucking Tony Storms, they didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. I guarantee you that.
No.
But those two were willing to make the trip. And for Dewdrop, I mean, this is not like this is like a little bump on the road, but I don't think that she's gonna, you know, take L's going forward from here. You know what I mean? She was in that program with Eva Marie, and I guess
that was the only L early. That's the early L for her.
But I don't think so. I feel like it was more for her to get exposure. Like, all right, you know what? Being
True.
linked to Eva Marie, people are gonna know who the fuck I am, even though it's not my right name. It's this bullshit name that they're giving me. I'll make it work. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I said this also. For Zelina Vega, she does all these cosplays, right?
Right.
And if she's gonna do a Queen cosplay, I want to see her do Astronema from Power Rangers in Space. You're
Right.
probably wondering who the fuck is Astronema.
Exactly, but we'll
Look at that.
smooth right past it. I'll
We'll
look at it
smooth
later.
right through. Yeah, we'll smooth
But
right through that.
yeah, I mean, those women, they were part of something important. They did what they did. Even though I know the results of both of the tournaments, I'm happy for both that won those tournaments. And hopefully they give them something of substance after this.
You think so?
I hope
You think
that one can only hope.
One can only hope, yeah.
Yeah.
The Goldberg Bobby Lashley match, I thought this was Goldberg's best showing in Saudi Arabia.
I still want to see that because a lot of people are boosting that up like this is good.
Listen, yes, you feel bad for Bobby because you knew he was going to lose. Like you knew going in, yeah, this man's going to lose. It's crazy. It's like it's a matter of, oh, look how the mighty has fallen, no pun intended there, right? Here he was a couple of months ago going into WrestleMania as WWE champion, right?
All right.
And I'm not saying his run was bad. He had an amazing run as WWE champion, right? And yet here he is now against Goldberg, who, again, you just know he should not be in the ring anymore. Again, people are going to mark out, especially in Saudi Arabia, because, oh my God, he's a name. Right. They're going to mark out for Goldberg just like they did for The Undertaker when he presented Pitbull the day before in Saudi Arabia. And everyone thought, oh, is The Undertaker going to be there? Nope, he was not. So there was that. But you knew going in that Bobby was not going to win. You knew that going in. Goldberg did say that he was going to kill Bobby Lashley. He didn't even do that. So he failed in his mission. He failed.
If it wasn't a Saudi Arabia, you probably would have.
Now, that spear, well, when you see it, Mike, of course, they got some height off that spear. But nonetheless, I mean, there was that. The men's King of the Ring, Xavier Woods and Finn Balor, felt like a random match. Because you just don't think, all right, this is what happens when you press, when you're playing 2K19, because I'm not saying 2K20. I refuse to, right? And you grab the remote and you press random. That's the two guys you get.
Right.
And overall, it was a good final, a very good final, right? But the way I looked at it too is like, what is Xavier really going to do here? Like, at the end of the day, Finn needed more. I felt like Finn coming off that loss to Roman. But it's the demon. I felt like he needed more. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy for Xavier. For Xavier, let's keep it 100. This is as good as it's going to get for Xavier.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm going to say about it. This is what I'm going to say about it. Xavier went this for so long, right? This is perfect for him because he is comfortable in his role. You don't have to give him a mid-card title, even though I think he should have been U.S. champion at least once.
Listen, you want to make him a champ right now, bro? Send him to 205 Live, bro.
Stop. That's disrespectful. Listen, that's disrespectful. Stop it.
You don't want to see Xavier versus Kushida, bro? They'll kill it, bro. They'll kill it.
I want to see that for the U.S. title. I don't want him to have a cruiserweight title.
I'm just saying,
it should be that. But he's more comfortable in his role than probably anybody on that roster. He takes what little they give him and give you a lot. This is a lot, but he's going to give you a lot too because he's wanted this so bad. You hear him on up, down, down all the time. I want to be king of the ring. I want to be king of the ring. I want to be king of the ring. Be in the tournament, losing the first round, losing the second round, but he won the king of the ring. I feel like he's going to be probably I want to say he's going to be top 5 king of the ring when this is all done. you know, and you can quote me on that.
Yeah. I get what you're saying on that. She's been wanting this for so long. She finally has it. It's her moment. That's wonderful and all. My bad for him. What the fuck, yo?
You said her.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I thought you said her.
So, but for Xavier Woods, like I said, this is as good as it's gonna get, pal. This is as good as it's gonna get. Again, at the same time, right? Hey, Kofi had his moment 2 years ago. I was there. It was awesome. That should have closed the show. Looking back on it now.
Right.
Big E had his moment a couple of weeks ago. Great moment.
Right.
Deservedly so.
Right.
So this was them giving Xavier his WWE title. Basically.
Pretty much.
Where do they go from here? I mean, could they do this thing where Xavier gets a hot head now and think he's this almighty king and this keeps eating L's, and this could lead up to the breakup of the New, which they'll never fucking do. Or maybe
they'll never break up the New Day.
Or a heel turn. I don't fucking know. But we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens when that goes happening and shit. But there was that. I keep on saying, but there's that. I don't know why, but I just do. Roman and Brock. Oh boy.
Was that a good match?
I enjoyed it for what it was worth. You just knew going in, like, yo, okay, they're not gonna have. Can you imagine what happened had Brock won the belt in Saudi Arabia? Holy shit! I feel like, listen, the story is great, right? Here's Paul Heyman. He's in the midlife crisis. Who is he gonna choose, right? The guy that he brought in years ago, or the guy he's currently working for right now, right? He has love for both guys. I get that, right? But it's a no-win situation. You have Brock Lesnar, who, let's face it, is not a full-time guy. He's part-time. Roman Reigns, who is killing it still. You would think that by now you have been bored of this Roman Reigns heel run. I'm not. Mike, are you bored of the tribal chief gimmick? Or be honest.
Not one bit. I am not bored.
And you thought by now you would have been, right? You thought by now.
Exactly.
Okay.
I thought this was only gonna last past Mania.
And I say this too, like, people
was gonna be it.
And people ask, how over is Roman Reigns? I'll tell you. And I said this, I think on True Heel Heat, I said this on the watch along. Roman is how over is Roman Reigns? Roman is so over that your girlfriend, who doesn't even watch wrestling, the moment Roman walks on the screen, she stopped what she's doing. She stopped what she's doing. Who is that? Yep, that's how over the guy is. But in this situation, right, the way it went down, right, Roman got hit with the F5, the referee goes out, they throw the belt, like Heyman throws the belt in the middle of the ring, so we get this tug of war type of thing going on, right? We get this tug of war mayhem going, right, between Roman and Brock. The Usos get involved, they do the super kick, they basically help Roman win, right? And there was that. Roman retains, but we're still in this program. I would say, could the way what happened on SmackDown with, Paul with Brock Lesnar F5ing Adam Pearce and ripping his pants and getting suspended, you knew they were going to go that route. It's similar to what happened in 2015 after WrestleMania when Brock got his hands on Michael Cole. They couldn't help themselves. They couldn't fucking do. So we're probably going to get this again at WrestleMania, likely. But again, it does no one no favors when, if Brock is to win, it's back on a part-timer.
Right.
But then you'll get the internet saying, "Oh, you know what though, man? Roman's had the belt on for so long. It's time for someone new." Someone new? What the fuck are you guys talking about? Again, I guarantee
we ain't getting nobody new.
That's gonna be everyone's thought process by the time we get there. I guarantee you, bro.
Yeah, we don't. Honestly, I think Brock doesn't need to win at all now or later. Man, I'm just slowly waiting for Brian Breaker just to come up and take that title off of Roman.
You think so, bro?
Hey man, people love him.
You know how we have this on, right? We'll get predictions. How about that? We'll do some predictions for that too. How we have predictions as well. We'll get into that also in a little bit.
I'm just waiting on Brian Breaker to to take this title off the Tribal Chief.
So that was, again, I'm not going to go in the full detail of the Saudi show, just the key moments of the show, if you will. Mansoor obviously got his win too. Obviously beat Mustafa Ali. And yeah, there's that. I'm sure you saw Ali's tweet of the week, firing back at Ryback.
I didn't see that. No, I don't follow a lot of wrestling things on Twitter like that.
Okay, so this is coming, I think, out of, was it Friday on SmackDown, right? With I get they did a whole angle again where Mansoor, I guess, lost or some shit like that, right? He lost or he won, whatever the fuck it was, right? To which Ryback responded on Twitter and says, "At Vince McMahon, you can give Mansoor at Steve Austin BSR's music, and he still won't be over. Holy shit, your product fucking sucks." Like, he's tagging at Vince McMahon. He's tagging Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he's not tagging Mansoor. To which Mansoor, I guess he vanity searched himself or someone sent him the tweet, wherever the fuck it may be, right? He did a quote tweet, but he took a screenshot of a Ryback tweet from a couple of, I guess, weeks ago or so, and Ryback tweeted, "What promotion would you like to see me return in 2021? Hashtag hungry, hashtag feed me more." You kind of get the idea, right? And he put, he did like a little, I guess, survey, if you will. And he said AEW, NXT, Impact, or retire. 14% said AEW, 8% said NXT, 6% said Impact, and 72% voted retire.
I did see that poll.
So then what Mansoor did, take a screenshot of this whole thing, and he used that as his quote tweet.
Wow.
Mansoor's winning in life. Mansoor is a king, bro. Give that guy the world title, bro. Let him be the one to beat the Tribal Chief. I'll say this too. The way they're going with Mansoor, right? I get it. In the States, we don't give a fuck about him. In Saudi Arabia, he's over. He's over. How about the next Saudi show? He wins the Intercontinental title in Saudi Arabia.
Who's the IC champ?
Right now, Nakamura. I'm pretty sure by then it'll be Sheamus, the way this is going, or Happy Corbin. I don't fucking know.
How do you feel about that?
What, Happy Corbin?
Yeah.
Honestly, I prefer broke, struggling Corbin. I prefer that. I miss bum Corbin, yo. I know I'm not.
Corbin is in such of a old school, like that early 2000s, like 2002 to 2005 gimmick on top of gimmick on top of gimmick wrestler. You feel that?
I mean, yeah, he would have been over his shit in the 90s.
I think he would have been over in Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah, he would.
His gimmicks fit in that area.
I just prefer Bro Corbin, bro. I know I'm not the only one who prefers Bro Corbin.
I guess.
You like this new Happy Corbin?
No.
Were you a fan of the King Corbin?
In the beginning. I miss Lone Wolf Corbin. I miss motorcycle driving, barbecuing Corbin.
How about a broke, struggling for money while, live in the box band?
I ain't gonna lie. When they were in Vegas and he did those things in Vegas, that was the funniest he's ever been.
Exactly.
Where he won $100 on loss.
Then he won $1,000, and then 1,000 became 5,000. Then that 5,000 became 100,000.
Right.
You know what was the cherry on top? Had he lost all that shit on his way out, That would have been the cherry on.
Yeah.
But there's that. So that was Crown Jewel. We get to Friday. Friday was SmackDown. I didn't watch. Did I watch SmackDown? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Of course I did. The fuck. I didn't watch the whole thing, but because what's it called? The big news that came out of Sunday, about Friday, right? They announced the title swap. Oh yeah, I didn't mention Bianca. Yeah, because you guys already know. Obviously, Becky beat Bianca and Sasha in Saudi Arabia. The match was great for what it was worth as well. It was good. So then we got to Friday. Again, all of them people flew right back, right to television, right? That's also the day that the whole brand thing became official. The whole switching and shit became official. So they did this whole championship swap at the end of the night between not Sasha Banks, she was there, but Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Where they literally did a title swap. Yeah, Mike, a title swap.
Yeah.
You would
think, I saw the title swap.
You would think, hey man, they would do, winner takes all or something like that. But no, they decided to go with a fucking title swap. So they had Sonya Deville in the middle of the ring, wanting both women to exchange titles and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt awkward, dude. I'm sure you saw the clip like everyone else did.
Yep.
What happened?
It was awkward. Yeah, it was awkward.
And they threw the belt at each other and shit. Apparently, there was a backstage altercation. Wants to show it off the air. So much that Charlotte Flair had to be escorted out of the building.
Really?
During Becky's dark match to avoid more drama and shit. And here's the thing about it. All this could have been avoided. All this could have been avoided had they had Sasha Banks win the damn match on Thursday.
I mean, they're in a dilemma. They're in a pickle right now.
Because apparently Charlotte was against the segment. For what I'm reading, for what I'm hearing from the so-called experts out there, Charlotte was so against this segment because it's going to make her look weak, her run look weak. And she's not wrong by that. Let's keep it 100 here right now. She is not wrong when she says that. I know everyone wants to be, but Charlotte being, no, but she's not wrong for that, though.
Right.
When you think about it. Charlotte wanted to do a winner takes all, which I think I would love to see, even though it's Charlotte Flair, but whatever. And now there's apparently the word going around in the locker room that everyone's siding with Becky. Everyone's siding with Becky. Charlotte's difficult to work with. Charlotte Flair has this nuclear heat, per se.
Okay.
Not Tessa Blanchard level of heat, but she has that heat where people don't want to work with her. Which begs the question, could we be seeing the final days of Charlotte Flair in WWE? We don't know when her deal is up. Now there's even talks of apparently the WWE and Charlotte trying to get her out of her contract. Will she be AEW bound?
They will be in such a dilemma.
Like when you hear all this, Mike, what goes through your mind when you hear all this shit, dude?
It seems like, it's like every little inch, not every little inch. It's like every little situation that's happened like in the last year since the releases that affect Charlotte. It's like slowly eating away at her. And then on top of that, with booking and things not going right that should be, like when you got your golden goose saying that I shouldn't be the champion right now, this person should be the champion to make storylines better, and they don't listen to you, that's when it's going to go in one ear and out the other for the rest of her duration under contract until something has to give. And I think she wants to speed that process up and make a statement, and that so happened to happen on SmackDown.
Facts.
So with that awkward situation, and then you got these three, you know, Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte, they're supposedly supposed to be best friends outside of.
They're not. Apparently, they're not.
They're not. They're not. They don't even like each other.
A lot of shit. It's like people are saying too, oh, this is the new modern day Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. I'm like, not even close, dude.
Not even close. That was money.
And I'm not saying, listen, Charlotte is money. Let's just keep it a buck right now. Charlotte Flair, listen, the way I look at it too is here's someone, you look at Charlotte Flair from 2015 to now, it's two different people. You don't even recognize her. I just feel like, honestly, I feel like Charlotte's been burnt out creatively. That's just the vibe I get. I feel like she's someone that's burnt out. She's someone, and again, you may think I'm nut hugging on Charlotte, but I'm not. I think, when you would you say that she's the face of that women's division right now?
She's very much so.
The face of that division. And you see these women that are coming up threatening to take that spot.
No.
And you just can't fathom it. And again, you may think it's selfish. Oh, she's looking out for herself, not the bid. That's just the way that it is for some people.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the Bella Twins were the face of that Divas division in 2015 or 2014, but I'm pretty sure they were, Nikki Bella was shook. Brie Bella was shook when the Four Horsewomen were coming up in the game. Right? Yeah. And look at the impact they made. Right? We're going into this phase now where they're in the same spot that Nikki Bella was in many, many years ago. And I'm not saying talent-wise, by no means at all. We're talking about spot on the show, spot on the card. Then factor in, right, for Charlotte Flair, hey, Dark Side of the Ring came out a couple of weeks ago, right? And the whole thing where they fucking made her father feel like shit, even though, again, to each their own, right? And then factor in that, hey, WWE, let go of your fiance. Mm-hmm. I really want to believe for someone like Charlotte Flair, bro, she has a breaking point.
Yeah. Pretty much so, yeah.
And listen, Becky Lynch, and by no means, listen, she's not a saint either, bro. She is not a saint in this either, bro.
Not one bit.
Not one bit. Because if that was the case, brother, you would have turned down beating Bianca Belair in 28 seconds at SummerSlam.
Right.
Because from what I'm hearing too, that's Monday on Raw. Charlotte Flair wanted to drop the belt to Bianca.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing too.
Yeah.
So there's that, bro. I mean, listen, I want to see where all this plays out. Again, now they're both on different shows. Today's gonna be very interesting to see what the fuck they do. And also think about this too. If you're Charlotte Flair, bro, you face everyone already. Who else is there for you to face? Much. You know what I mean? You faced the Becky Lynches, the Baileys, the Sashas, the Rhea Ripleys, the Trish Stratuses of the world, the fucking Asukas, right? You've beaten them all. Mm-hmm. You've beaten them all. To each their own. Again, also, so is Sasha, so is Bianca. Not Bianca yet. Well, has she?
No.
The Baileys, the Becky, you kind of get the idea, right? She even faced Ronda Rousey.
Right.
You know what I mean? She main evented a WrestleMania and all that. And again, for someone like her, I just feel like she's burnt out. She's creatively just bored right now. Do I see her leaving WWE? Possibility. Can you imagine her showing up on AEW?
Dude, that'll be
Jinder Mahal
so crazy.
looking like Cher from 1998. That is the photo of Charlotte Flair looking a lot like Cher, dude. I don't know if you saw that or not. But so I want to see where things go, but there's a possibility again. Can you imagine Charlotte Flair in AEW? And the new crop of talent that she can face over there. Here's the thing about it, yo. Say what you want about Charlotte Flair, but when she elevates things, bro. She does.
Yeah. She does. She really does. And that'll be a huge, huge blow for WWE if they lose her.
Imagine, bro. Imagine Charlotte Flair versus Thunder Rosa. Charlotte Flair versus a Britt Baker.
Epic.
Imagine a Charlotte Flair versus a Hikaru Shida, even though
Yeah.
Or imagine a Jade Cargill versus a Charlotte Flair. Oh my god, bro. Shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Or hell, have her go to fucking Impact. I'm not saying she will, but again, you know what I mean?
That's beneath her.
Or hey,
looking like Saturday.
You want her to go crazy, dude? Have her go to Japan. Yeah. Imagine wrestling in Stardom, bro. Just again, I don't even watch Stardom. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I fucking know all these talent from Stardom or any of this Joshi stuff. I don't. But there's people that pretend that they will. There are people here that will throw your names and again, you know, take it for what it's worth. But that's the dilemma that we're in right now with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
She's out of it. She's just right now, you know. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Speaking of Saturday, was Dynamite, and then there was Bound for Glory. We did a watch along for Bound for Glory. And boy, oh boy.
That show was
unless Charlotte gets fired for some serious shit, we won't see Charlotte in the promotion for several years. Very much Eddie Rules, very much. But there's another thing too, bro. There's another thing also. There's a possibility that, you know, hey, you know, maybe just maybe we see Charlotte just stick it out, but we'll see what happens with that. Back to Saturday though. Bound for Glory, Impact's biggest show of the year, bro. Oh boy, we did a watch along, and here's the thing, bro. Probably the last time we did a watch along for Impact. Probably, and here's the thing about it. Okay, we don't really watch that much Impact Wrestling. We don't. Okay, the fact that I got you and Chase and Sack to try to get through this, bro, I commend you guys. I appreciate you guys 100%. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be my last Impact show unless something gives.
My take is this, bro. This is what kind of like got to me. First of all, they started the show at 10 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah,
because they decided to take a backseat to AEW. They chose to literally take a backseat because Dynamite was on Saturday, right? And you know, okay, should we get through AEW first? Let's get through this first, right? You basically had the opening match of the men's world title eliminator, right? You had Bryan Danielson versus Dustin Rhodes, right? The match, for what it was worth, like, yo, listen, is Daniel Bryan and Gold is going at it. Holy shit. It wasn't bad or anything, just knew going in that Bryan was going to win, and he did, right? From there, we had backstage, you had the Elite, Kenny Omega with the Young Bucks and Adam Cole. Hey, man, every single week, tagging with you felt like Halloween because you were always cosplaying as a cowboy, pretending to be something that you were not. Hey, man, if people only knew that, if people know you the way I knew you, they wouldn't be chanting cowboy shit. They'd be chanting coward shit. That's what Omega basically said. We get the interview between Tony Schiavone and Darby and Sting for an update on Darby Allin, which turned to MJF beating the fuck out of Sting. There was reference to MJF saying that, hey, you know, that Darby's going to end up like his friend, Sting's friend Lex Luger, in a wheelchair. So there was that too. Pretty good for what it was worth. Making you want to see Darby come back and beat the fuck out of MJF. We get a interview backstage of Tony Schiavone with Britt Baker. It turns out that at Full Gear is going to be Tay Conti versus Britt Baker for the women's title. Congratulations, Tay Conti. You're going to get your ass kicked by Britt Baker at Full Gear. Congratulations on that.
Pretty much. Pretty much,
pal. Yeah, pretty much. We had the first round match of the TBS Women's Championship Tournament. We had too many tournaments going on, by the way. Let me just say that right now. We had Penelope Ford versus Ruby Soho, which was a standard match. I think go crazy about. Soho did end up getting the win. After this, the Red Velvet came out for the save, and there was that. We had Anthony Green versus Bobby Fish, where Bobby Fish got the win. Out came CM Punk for the save. And next week on Dynamite, this Wednesday on Dynamite, it's going to be CM Punk versus Bobby Fish. So there's that too. We also had the World Title Eliminator first round match. We had Lance Archer versus Eddie Kingston. I'm sure you heard what happened here with Lance Archer doing a moonsault. And I guess he had extra leverage, I think it was, or he went in the air a little more crazy and landed on his head, and there was that. He's okay though. He's okay. Let's just get that out of the way as well. It was announced that Dan Lambert and Men of the Year, right, were ready to give their stipulations for the American Top Team versus Inner Circle match, right? Paige said that they walk down the street and they're walking down that. Okay. Paige said they walk down the streets like they're walking down a runway. Obviously Sami got involved and shit. And I guess the idea is basically next week is going to be Sammy Guevara. Well, this Wednesday, Sammy Guevara versus Ethan Page for the TNT Championship, right? So there's that. Lambert said that you have to put a championship on the line against Ethan Page, obviously next week on Dynamite in Boston, which Connor's going to, by the way. Lambert said if Sammy loses against Page, he'll lose the championship and he'll leave the Inner Circle forever. So there you go with that. After this, we got Jungle Boy versus Brandon Cutler. Jungle Boy got the win, and then after out came Adam Cole. And they had a confrontation to which then the Elite got involved, and you kind of get the idea, right?
Yeah.
Then after we get the main event, Cody versus Malachi 3, which we all know what happened here.
Super Cody to the rescue.
Yeah, Super Cody This is the tournament. This is the tournament meta right now in pro wrestling. It will be nerd fed soon, basically, buddy. But Cody got his win finally, and yeah, big fucking whoop at that. Bound for Glory. Again, the Bound for Glory real quick. Bound for Glory happened this Saturday. We didn't go again for what it was worth. The show. Listen, Impact Wrestling. Let this be the last time you take a backseat to AEW. There's no reason why this shit needs to start at 10 p.m. I speak for someone that lives on the East Coast that has work the next day. Like, bruh, no. Fuck no.
Right.
This was their biggest show of the year, and it felt like a flop to me. I love the ending, but the ending doesn't save the show, in my opinion. That's just me. They crowned the first digital media champion, which is basically intergender. Doesn't really matter who. But Jordan Grace did get the win. So now she is the first ever fucking digital media champion. So there's that. What
does that mean intentionally? She's only gonna wrestle online.
I guess so, bro. Basically,
So she's not gonna wrestle on TV anymore. Okay.
I guess that's like another mid-card belt, I guess, for everyone on the roster. We had the debut of the Inspiration, the former Iconics, going up against Rosemary and Havoc for the Knockout Tag Team titles, because why not? The match, for what it was worth, I'll say this, bro, they just felt out of place. What up, The Extreme? It felt like they were out of place, dude. Yeah, it just felt out of place. It felt like a TNA move in 2013. Let's give the former WWE people the rub, give them the exposure and shit. That's what it was. Nonetheless, I'm happy that they got work. I'm happy that they're, I'm happy for that. Don't get me the fuck wrong. But there's that. From there, we go to the El Fantasma versus Steve Macklin versus Trey Miguel for the vacant X Division title match, because Josh Alexander vacated his title to use option C. The match was okay. Probably my favorite match of the night. But nonetheless, nothing to go crazy about either. Trey Miguel got the win. He's now the new X Division champion. It's cool to see that all three members of the wrestlers are finally, they got their wins finally. You know what I mean? They finally got their wins. Right? MSK are the tag team champions. Yeah, they all got belts now, right? Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday, Chief. Happy Monday to you. So there's that. I don't know where they're going to go with it. I don't know where he goes with it, but we'll see. Bound by Design of Joe Doring and Diener went up against Heath and Rhino, which was okay, but whatever. Again, this show was, honestly, dude, it was depressing to sit through. It really, really was. What else happened here? We had the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match, which is their take on the, Battle Royal, I guess it was. Appearing as surprises were Rocky Romero, Melina, the Demon from WCW, all made surprise appearances here. But when it was all said and done, Moose got the win. I think it was Zach who said this shit, like literally today, or it's the day of I think days after, that he knew the moment he won that he's cashing in tonight, which we'll get into. I knew this question
was garbage, but
I threw this question out there yesterday on Solid Monsters group. What in your opinion is more uphill battle to get? A cash-in opportunity, Money in the Bank, NXT breakout tournament, or Call Your Shot? I guess Money in the Bank, because you're climbing a ladder and you're up in the air, and that shit can go either way. But anyway, you want to chime in there, Michael?
No.
Okay. What else happened here? But yeah, Moose got his win. Good for him. From there, we get the triple threat tag team match for the tag titles of the Good Brothers of Gallows and Anderson versus Finn Juice versus the Bullet Club of Chris Bay and Hikuleo. The Good Brothers retained. An okay match for what it was worth. We had Deonna Purrazzo versus Mickie James for the Knockouts Championship. Deonna Purrazzo, who has been on a kill, has been on a fucking roll. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She's had this long run as the Knockouts champion. Not only that, but she's also won the Reinas Championship in AAA Mexico. She's been on this fucking tear since leaving WWE/NXT. Right?
Right.
And with Mickie James, she's like, I guess, part of the NWA. She's viewed by a lot of people like this legend, right? All that stuff. I don't see why you had to have Mickie James win here. I just don't see why.
She won?
She won, yes. Put it this way, yo. She kicked out of a Queen's Gambit, yo. And Mickie still kicked out, bro. 400 plus day run as champion. I think that's the actual number. I could be wrong on that one.
Wow.
So there's that. They announced that Hard to Kill is coming to Dallas on January the 8th. And then we got the main event. Josh Alexander versus Christian Cage for the world title. I enjoyed the build-up, the video documentary that they did on Josh Alexander. Here's a guy who had a career-threatening injury. He broke his neck. Came back. Try to put Canadian independent wrestling on the map. And he gets offered a spot in Impact Wrestling. He had issues coming to the States and all that stuff. Impact helped. And they gave him he was part of the North with Ethan Page. He's part of that tag team. And for what it's worth, they had an amazing run until Ethan went to AEW with Josh Alexander. But now at Impact, he became the X Division champion and decided to use Option C. And as you guys know, that the Impact World title, has been in custody of a AEW talent. First was Kenny Omega, and now it's Christian Cage. And let's be honest here. If you're an Impact diehard, you can't sit there and tell me that this benefited Impact by the slightest working with AEW. It did not. The working relationship was a total fail.
Yep.
I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're going to throw him. Oh, but you got Kenny Omega showing up for a couple of shows, beating your guys, and that's it. After that, no one cared. That being said, the match was okay for what it was worth. Christian, you knew going in, was not going to beat Josh Alexander, and that's what happened. Josh Alexander got the win. Not only that, but in front of his wife, in front of his son, that were there at ringside watching in the front row. They got in the ring. And it's crazy because this popped up, right? It was awesome, right? It was great, right? And then out of nowhere, out came Moose, cashes in his call your shot trophy right then on the spot and pins him in front of his kid. In front of his kid, in front of his wife. And then we get this. Long overdue. So this, 5 seconds later, you got this. No fucks were given by Impact Wrestling. No fucks were given by Impact. And I'm going to say this right now. This was long overdue, bro. I don't care what anyone says.
Super long overdue.
100%. To me, it is one of those things where, here's someone like Moose who, let's be honest here, deserves way better. You would have thought that, hey, when there's all this talk of the Forbidden Door and AEW working with Impact, right, that some of the Impact guys would show up on AEW. Nope. None of that. Oh, but the Good Brothers, yeah, they don't count. I'm sorry, they don't count anymore. Because damn well, once their deals are up with Impact, they're going to AEW. You know what I mean? So there's that. I mean, again, depressing to sit through. Let this be the last time that Impact really takes a backseat to AEW. The working relationship was a total failure. I don't want to hear it. You can't tell me otherwise. At the end of the fucking day. Impact, though, still feel depressing to sit through. But what this does, though, it establishes Moose as the top heel and establishes Josh Alexander as the top babyface by default.
Pretty much. Huh?
So let's see where they go with this. I know they're doing TV tapings yesterday and today. I think Minoru Suzuki is supposed to show up. That's also going to be crazy. No, he's going to be there. That's going to be crazy. Minoru Suzuki, bro, in America, he goes everywhere, dude. Doesn't give a fuck. AEW, GCW, Impact, he doesn't give a fuck, dude. Good on him, bro. Good on him. 1 year ago, Moose was in a horrible cinematic match with EC3. Then he put over Rich Swann and Kenny Omega. Definitely deserving. 100%. 100% here. So good on him for that.
Forgot about that cinematic match. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So there's that, bro. Anything that you want to just say before we put a bow on this shit, bro? I know we got things to do, bro.
Yeah,
I know,
man. This was fun. This was fun.
Also, before we wrap this up here, big congratulations to the Kazuchika Okada winning the G1. Very depressing way. Kota Ibushi went for his finisher off the top rope, dislocated his shoulder, and yeah, referee stoppage. Also, Katsuyori Shibata made his return in a 5-minute UWF rules match with Zack Sabre Jr. So again, bro, it's crazy. You're probably like Mike. You're probably like, who the fuck is Katsuyori Shibata?
No, I know who he is. It's the guy that, headbutted whatchamacallit and
Okada.
Pretty much ended his career. Yeah.
So now he did say after he got in the mic, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna come when next time he comes back, he's not gonna be a 5-minute exhibition thing. It's gonna be now a legitimate wrestling match. Now, for those that are wondering what is UWF rules, basically it's grappling. No punches to the head, just straight grappling. Mat base. Olaf brought Okada. Yeah, Okada also brought back the IWGP Championship. So whenever you win the G1, you get a contract, right? Like the Money in the Bank, what have you, right? But Okada decided instead of getting a contract, give him the old version, the IWGP title.
So he hates the new looking title too.
He hates it. So he's like, fuck this, bro. Give me that. So if you think about it, right? Look at you. I'm sure you've seen the belt. I'm sure you've seen the old version, the one that Okada, Naito, Omega held, right?
Yes, right? It's a beautiful looking belt.
Oh. Beautiful looking belt. When you look at someone holding that belt, you think, oh shit, that guy's the world champion.
Right.
Even though Shingo Takagi is the legitimate IWGP heavyweight champion, and the belt that he has is not a bad looking belt. Like, it's not a bad looking belt, but you look at him with his belt, you don't think, oh, he's the world champion.
Right.
So there's that too. So yeah, it's gonna wrap up for us, guys. Listen, we got things to do. Yeah, bro. Raw's later tonight. Sunday's Halloween. We might be doing a show on Sunday, Halloween edition. We might be dressed up in costumes. I don't fucking know. We'll see. There's no shows happening this weekend, right? There's no none, right?
No.
All right. So we'll keep it posted. Things might happen. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Or today, this afternoon. Holy fuck. Big Mike, let them know where to check you out, bro.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at DetroitGamer313.
And with that being said, guys, we are out of here. We are out of here like Janet's titties, guys. And we're going to head out here now. It's over for us, guys. It's over. Time to go. Kitchen is closed. Lunch hour's closed, y'all. And we'll see you guys down the road. Peace out, guys. Halloween Havoc. Oh, yeah. Halloween Havoc tomorrow, bro. Halloween Havoc tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that one.
We forgot predictions, but we'll get into that later.
Braun Breaker, bro. Braun Breaker all the way, pal. Peace out, everybody.